Hi everyone. Today our topic is formulation of aerosols. The formulation of aerosols, it consists of two essential components that are, first one is product concentrate, second one is propellant. So product concentrate is, it is a active ingredient or mixture of active ingredients and other necessary agents such as solvents, antioxidants and surfactants. Coming for propellant, it is a single or blend of various propellants is used. Blend of solvents is used to achieve desired solubility characteristics. Various surfactants are mixed to give the proper HLB value for emulsion system. HLB value means hydrophilic lipophilic balance. Previously we discussed about this value. The propellants are selected to give the desired vapor pressure, solubility and particle size. Pharmaceutical aerosol may be dispensed as fine mist, wet spray, quick breaking form, stable form, semi-solid and etc. So types of system selected depends on physical, chemical and pharmacological properties of drug and site of application. We have different types of aerosol systems are available, that are solution system, water based system, suspension or dispersion systems, foam systems. In that foam systems we have again four types. That one is aqueous stable forms, non-aqueous stable forms, quick breaking forms, thermal forms and finally intranasal aerosols. These are the types of systems involved in aerosols. The first one is solution system. In this system is also referred to as two-phase system, consists of vapor and liquid phase. If active ingredient is soluble in propellant, no other solvent is required. The vapor pressure of system is reduced by the addition of less volatile solvents such as ethanol, acetone, propylene glycol, glycerin, ethyl acetate. This results in production of larger particles upon spraying. Amount of propellant may vary from 5% for foams to 95% for inhalations. So general formula for the solution system is, so active drug is 10 to 15% and propellant are 100%. Here we have two different types of formulations for solution system. First one is inhalation aerosol, second one is hydrocarbons in topical aerosol pharmaceutical preparations. Coming for inhalation aerosols, we need for some ingredients to prepare. That one is isoproterenol hydrochloride and ascorbic acid and ethanol, propellant pulp. We can use these ingredients, we can prepare inhalation aerosols. After that, packed in 15 to 30 ml stainless steel, aluminum or glass container. Coming for hydrocarbons in topical aerosol pharmaceutical preparations, we need some ingredients for this formulation, that are active ingredient, ethanol, water and hydrocarbon propellant. So we can use these ingredients, we will prepare for topical aerosols. Depending on water content, the final product may be solution or three-phase system. Solution aerosols produce a fine to coarse spray. Hydrocarbon propellant A70 produces drier particles, while propellant A17 and A31 tend to produce a wetter spray. These are useful for topical preparations packaged in plastic coated glass containers. సో ఇక్కడ ప్రతి చోట మనం ఎరోజాల్స్లో ప్రొపలెంట్స్ అనగానే ఒక డిఫరెంట్ నెంబరింగ్ ఇస్తున్నాం. అలాంటివి ఏంటంటే ప్రొపలెంట్ A70 అని, ప్రొపలెంట్ A17, A31. అసలు ఎందుకు ఈ పేర్లు మనం పెట్టాల్సి వచ్చింది? సో ఎలా మనం వీటిని డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసి చూడగలం? మీన్స్ అసలు A70 అంటే ఏంటి, A17 అంటే ఏంటి, A31 అంటే ఏంటి, కొన్ని వచ్చేసి సి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతాయి. సో అవన్నీ ఎందుకు పెట్టాల్సి వచ్చింది, సో వాటి మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అని తెలుసుకోవాలంటే, సో డిస్క్రిప్షన్లో నేను లింక్ ఇస్తాను, సో దాన్ని ఫాలో కండి. సో మీకు క్లారిటీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. అసలు ప్రొపలెంట్లో డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయి, ఎందుకు మనం ఈ నంబరింగ్స్ ఇస్తున్నాం అండ్ లెటర్స్ ఇస్తున్నాం అనేది మీకు ఈజీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్, వాటర్ బేస్డ్ సిస్టమ్. It is a large amounts of water can be used to replace all or part of the non-aqueous solvent used in aerosols. Produce spray or foam. To produce spray, formulation must consist of dispersion of active ingredients and other solvents in emulsion system in which the propellant is in the external phase. Since propellant and water are not miscible, a three-phase aerosols forms like a propellant, water, and vapor phases. Ethanol can be used as a co-solvent to solubilize propellant in water. It is also reduces surface tension, aiding in the production of smaller particles. 0.5 to 2% of surfactant is used to produce a homogeneous dispersion. In this water-based system, surfactants with low water solubility and high solubility in non-polar solvents will be most useful. Examples are long-chain fatty acid esters of polyhydric compounds including glycol, glycerol, and sorbitol esters of oleic, stearic, and lauric acids. Propellant concentrations varies from about 25 to 60%. Aquasol system, dispensing fine mist or spray of active ingredient dissolved in water. No chilling effect since only active ingredient and water are dispensed. Propellant is in vapor state. Difference between aquasol system and three-phase system is aquasol dispenses fairly dry spray with very small particles and non-flammability of the product. Next one is suspension system. It involves dispersion of active ingredient in the propellant or mixture of propellants. To decrease the rate of settling of dispersed particles, surfactants or suspending agents can be added. Primarily used for inhalation aerosols. If you see the example, epinephrine bitartrate and sorbitan triolate and propellant 114, propellant 12. So weights are given. So epinephrine has minimum solubility in propellant system but soluble in fluids in the lungs. The main important thing is physical stability of aerosol dispersion can be increased by below the points that are control of moisture content, reduction of initial particle size to less than 5 micrometers, adjustment of density of propellant and suspended so that they are equalized, use of dispersing agents, use of derivatives of active ingredients with minimum solubility in propellant system. The physical stability of disperser system depends on rate of agglomeration of the suspensoid. Agglomeration is accelerated to evaluated temperatures and it is also affected by particle size of drug. Agglomeration results in valve clogging, inaccuracy of dosage, and depending on the nature of active ingredients, it may cause damage to the linear and metal container. Isopropyl myristate and mineral oil are used to reduce agglomeration. So surfactants of HLB value less than 10 are utilized for aerosol dispersions. So surfactants are effective in a concentration of 0.01 to 1%. Next system is foam systems. Here the emulsion and foam aerosols consist of active ingredients, aqueous or non-aqueous vehicle, surfactant, propellant and are dispensed as a stable or quick breaking foam depending on the nature of the ingredients and the formulation. In this foam systems, previously we discussed about four types, that are aqueous stable foams, non-aqueous stable foams, quick breaking foams, and thermal foams. So first of all, we will discuss about aqueous stable form. Aqueous stable form formulation is active ingredient, oil waxes, oil in water surfactant. We can use water and also hydrocarbon propellant. It is 3 to 5 percentage. Here weights we will take in percentage in weight in weight. The total propellant content is usually 3 or 5% weight by weight, or 8 to 10% volume by volume. As the amount of propellant increases, a stiffer and drier form is produced. Lower propellant concentrations yield wetter forms. Hydrocarbon and compressed gas propellants are used. Next one is non-aqueous stable form. The formulation of non-aqueous stable form is we can take in glycol, emulsifying agents, hydrocarbon propellants. So we are taking weights in weight by weight in percentage. So these glycols such as polyethylene glycols are used. Emulsifying agent is propylene glycol monostearate. Next one is quick breaking foam. Here propellant is in the external phase. When dispensed, the product is emitted as a foam, which then collapses into a liquid, especially applicable to topical medications. We can see the formulation. First ingredient is ethyl alcohol, and next one is surfactant, water, and finally hydrocarbon propellants. Here we can take in weights in weight by weight in percentage. So surfactants should be soluble in both alcohol and water and can be of non-ionic or cationic or anionic type. Next one is thermal foam. Here we can use to produce warm foam for shaving. It is used to dispense hair colors and dyes, but were unsuccessful due to the corrosion problems and are expensive, inconvenient to use, and lack of effectiveness. The last one in types of aerosol systems is intranasal aerosols. Here intended to deposit medication into nasal passages for local or systemic effect. So advantages are deliver measured dose of drug, require lower doses compared to other systemic products, excellent depth of penetration into the nasal passageway, decreased mucosal irritability, maintenance of sterility from dose to dose, greater flexibility in the product formulation. In next class, we will discuss about manufacture of pharmaceutical aerosols. Thank you.